Let's talk about this book that you guys co-authored. It's called Missing from the Sidelines. Can you tell us a little bit about these untold stories of the Honey Bears? Well, what the book's about?
You know, obviously we're missing from the sidelines, and Renee, actually, we were doing some TV appearances, and we got together, and so it was Renee's idea, and she had called me up.
So the TV appearances kind of sparked some memories for you guys.
Yes, and it's like we realized like the fans were still really intrigued by the Honey Bears. They're like, you know, what happened to you guys? And we were, you know, at a signing and autographing, and we're like, oh my gosh, they really miss the Honey Bears. So I started thinking like, missing from the sidelines, missing the Honey Bears, and I think we need to write a book, and if we don't do it now, it's never going to happen. And
I think, yeah, and it took 4 years and 400 pages of this book. But yeah, so, and I think too, it was with social media, we were able to get a hold of these girls after 30 plus years to try to find where are they and what happened.
How easy or how tough was that to get in touch with everybody? Because I'm sure they were great friends back then, but time passes, you get families, you move on, you move to different places.
Right, you know, and it's hard enough to, you know, find somebody after a few years, let alone 30 plus years. But social media did, you know, it really did help.
We had a page.
Social media is
we have
probably
a private page.
You guys got a private group?
We have a private group. And we're always like talking, you know, to each other, and so that helped. But we did have to like really search for some girls that are not on social media.
For sure.
So let's go back. What made George Halas want to add the Honey Bears? What made him want to have dancing entertainment on the sidelines?
Well, in 1977, the Bears were not doing too well, so they wanted to have a distraction, and he needed
to bring some entertainment.
Yeah, he wanted entertainment.
And I think too, you know, they wanted to fill the stadium, and to fill the stadium, he wanted a little bit like the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders, because they were hot right then.
These are pictures of you guys.
That's some of the group right there. Those are some of your old teammates, right?
Yes.
So tell me what the experience was like back then. I mean, we even talk about, you know, you guys were part of the Super Bowl, which is still celebrated here like it happened just last week. What was that whole rise and ride like with the Chicago Bears during your guys' time? Because you guys at one point were the show on the field ahead of the football team.
Well, you know, I think I was not on it on 85, but some of the girls in the book, they just have their experience being on the plane and all the hype that went with it and coming back. You know, Coach Ditka, I mean, it was just... it
was a bittersweet moment for the girls. And, you know, what's interesting in the book is that we've got girls from 1977 through 1985 sharing their stories that the 85 girls never really understood like how it really started. So it's really cool to read the different stories and, you know, from each other. And even though we cheered on different years, we feel like the sisterhood bond that's, you know, really something that we will hold on forever.
$1 million question for you. Where are the Honey Bears? Are they going to come back? Is that answer solved in the book here?
I think everybody is still wondering, and even after reading it, you're going to have to read and you're going to have
to decide for yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. Decide for yourself.
Is there any correlation between the championships we've won and the lack of championships we've won and the lack of
I blame it on the lack of a presence of the Honey Bears.
We have a chapter 13, which is called The Curse of the Honey Bears, and if you Google that, there is a curse Bear fans feel that until Papa Bear's dancing girls are back on the sidelines,
really?
The Bears will not win a Super Bowl.
Right.
So
before I let you guys go, you got to explain this to me because I cannot wrap my head around this. This is what you guys wore in sub-degree temperatures here in Chicago?
Right. I think that, you know,
Maybe they're not built for it now. Maybe they're just not as tough as you guys, and that's why they're not out there, because these young women can't do it.
We had some warm-ups. They were kind when it was below, you know, but we got booed when we wore them.
Yeah. And that, too, is a funny story with all the girls, you know, trying to get prepped to go...
Wow.
They showed a
But trying to get prepped to go, you know, we were in the locker room, then we were talking 70s. There was a lot of hairspray, you know.
Frozen lips.
Yes.
You know.
Wow.
And
unbelievable.
But
really
the
cool
pictures
stuff.
today you're seeing are from the book, the actual book so
Make sure you go out and get it. Carolyn, Renee, thank you guys so much for coming in. Such a cool concept. And people forget a very storied past. And maybe one day we'll see the Honey Bears back out there. Maybe this book will get us closer to that. So thank you so much for coming in this morning.
A part of Chicago history.
Yeah,
Get your copy of Missing from the Sidelines today. There are a lot of personal stories from former cheerleaders in the book you'll want to read. So to purchase, visit Missing from the Sidelines Facebook page. They have scheduled book signing events that you can also go to, and you can find that info there as well.